Can you feel it? The tension in the air, the electric pull tugging at your soul, urging you to look deeper. You haven't stumbled upon this moment by accident. Something profound has called you here. A yearning from within for answers that have always hovered just out of reach. Now, the veil begins to lift. This is the turning point, the storm of awakening that will strip away the falsehoods you've lived by and reveal the truth that was always waiting for you to see. It's time to step into a new reality, one you can no longer deny. There's no escape from the wave that's crashing down. You're at the edge of transformation. Either embrace the surge of wisdom rushing toward you, or remain stuck in the fading echoes of ignorance. You've arrived at this moment because your spirit is ready. This truth has been calling you all along. The flood is swelling, relentless in its power, shattering every illusion that once bound you. The veil is lifted, revealing what was once shrouded in darkness. Everything you thought you understood about yourself and the world dissolves in the relentless surge. You've felt its rumblings before, a distant echo at the edges of your awareness, a shadowed murmur that lingered just beyond your grasp. But now, it roars to life, an unstoppable flood that sweeps away every illusion. There is no turning back. The truth has come, and it demands to be reckoned with. You will find yourself at the heart of the storm, no longer shielded from the truths that have silently hovered beneath your awareness. Every comforting illusion, every deception you've used to guard your fragile identity will crumble away. There will be no more shadows to retreat into. With piercing clarity, you will face the undeniable reality of your choices, the delicate threads of every action, every ripple of consequence that has shaped your path. In this moment of raw revelation, you will understand that the very truths you've feared hold the power to set you free. This flood does more than unveil. It dismantles the facades others have built to navigate their worlds. Before your eyes, the masks they've worn will shatter, exposing the swirling depths of their hidden motives, unspoken fears, and quiet desires. Those you once thought you understood, the ones you categorized and placed into tidy corners of your mind, will break free from the labels you assigned them. Faces once familiar will become strangers as their true selves emerge, forcing you to confront the complexity and contradictions that have always simmered just beneath the surface. The intricacies of their souls, once hidden beneath layers of pretense, will be exposed in painful clarity. You will feel the burden of these revelations, but in that weight, you will finally grasp the reasons behind their actions. The storm will not spare everyone. Some will crumble beneath the truth, unwilling or unable to bear the enormity of what they now see. Many will retreat, seeking refuge in denial, too afraid to confront the full scope of what has been unearthed. Only a few will stand firm, ready to face the consequences of their own awakening. The mirror they once turned toward others will now reveal their own deepest vulnerabilities, exposing cracks they had long ignored. For many, this revelation will be unbearable. Confronted with their flaws and weaknesses laid bare, they will be consumed by the rising tide of guilt and shame. The weight of their past choices will pull them under, leaving them trapped in an endless cycle of self-reproach. Unable to escape or forgive what they now see so clearly, they will drown in the reflection of their own unhealed wounds, paralyzed by a truth they can no longer turn away from. They will rage against the truth, deny it with all their might, clinging to the shattered fragments of who they once believed themselves to be. In their desperation, they will try to rebuild the false image they've held onto for so long. But you will not falter. You will stand firm as the flood crashes around you, feeling its immense power, yet refusing to be swept away. Instead of succumbing, you will learn to breathe in these depths, embracing the very truths that others run from. For within these hard-won revelations lies something far greater than the illusions they held, something raw, pure, and infinitely more real. In this clarity, this unvarnished truth, you will uncover your greatest strength. While others may avert their eyes, unable to face what lies before them, you will confront it head-on and rise. In the midst of overwhelming revelations, you will realize that true forgiveness is not found in denial or in burying the past. It comes from fully acknowledging everything that has been, every choice, every consequence, and embracing it all. Only then, with acceptance in hand, can you choose to move forward, not as someone weighed down by regret, but as someone empowered by understanding. This is what makes you different. Where others see only destruction, you see transformation. The flood won't break you, it will purify you, stripping away the layers of fear, illusion, and uncertainty, leaving behind only what is real and untouchable. Deep down, you've always sensed it, this quiet awareness that sets you apart from the rest. You've felt it in the still moments, in the unspoken undercurrents of existence that others could never quite perceive. While they were consumed by the mundane, blinded by the ordinary, you glimpsed something more, something vast, profound, and waiting just beneath the surface. But you were never limited by the shallow perceptions that bind most to the physical realm. You glimpsed the depths beyond the surface, sensing the intricate layers that lie hidden beneath what many accept as reality. This unique perception, this profound connection to what lies beneath, has often left you feeling like a misfit, an outsider in a world that values conformity over insight. It is not that you are flawed. Rather, your vision transcends the narrow confines imposed by those who sought to define and contain you. You have always known that there is more to life, more to existence, and this understanding sets you apart in a way that only the brave can truly embrace. There is immense power in this awareness, yet it has exacted a heavy toll. The world often recoils from those who dare to see beyond its superficial layers, and in this process, you have endured pain that was never meant for you. This pain stemmed from the harshness of those around you, individuals who could not accept the brilliance of the light you carry. They sensed your uniqueness, your capacity to rise above their constrained perspectives, and this frightened them. In their fear, they pushed you away, projecting their insecurities onto you, leaving you to navigate the tumultuous waters of misunderstanding and isolation while holding tight to the very essence of who you are. Their fear morphed into rejection, and that rejection became a weight you carried, an unbearable burden that felt impossible to cast aside. You found yourself questioning your worth, grappling with the insidious thought that perhaps you were somehow deserving of their disdain. But the truth is, their rejection had nothing to do with any flaw within you. It stemmed from their inability to grasp the brilliance of what you represented, something they felt was unattainable. In their hearts, they recognized the light you radiated, a light that highlighted their own shadows, and rather than embracing it, they chose to distance themselves, leaving you to navigate the pain of their choices. They recognized your light, a brilliance that radiated too fiercely for them to fully comprehend. Instead of embracing that illumination, they attempted to extinguish it, letting their jealousy fuel their cruelty. Their envy of your capacity to perceive the extraordinary within the ordinary twisted their understanding, distorting reality to belittle you and make you feel insignificant. But understand this, their actions were never a reflection of your worth. They stemmed from their own fears and insecurities. Their inability to elevate themselves to the level you inhabit naturally led them to project their shortcomings onto you, hoping to diminish the very essence that makes you shine. For years, you persevered, enduring their betrayals and their petty efforts to drag you down to their level. The pain you felt was never a reflection of your shortcomings. Rather, it was a consequence of their desperate attempts to undermine what they could not attain. Your depression and sadness were not signs of weakness, but symptoms of navigating a world that refused to recognize you for who you truly are. Living among those who could not appreciate your light left you feeling isolated and misunderstood, grappling with the weight of their judgments while struggling to maintain the essence of your being in a reality that seemed determined to diminish you. You have felt the crushing weight of their words, the dismissals, the casual cruelty, each attempt designed to break you, yet here you stand, resilient and unyielding. Despite their relentless efforts to snuff out your light, it continues to burn brightly. Now, the truth begins to surface. Those who were meant to uplift you, the friends, lovers, and co-workers who should have stood by your side, were often the ones working hardest to keep you subdued. They were drawn to your radiance, but not out of love. Their closeness was a reflection of their jealousy. Your light exposed their own insecurities, and rather than confront their inadequacies, they sought to dim your brilliance, unable to bear the sight of their own shadows cast in its glow. Rather than striving to elevate themselves, they opted for the path of destruction, quietly scheming to undermine your confidence. They sowed seeds of doubt regarding your abilities, your insights, and your inherent worth. With hushed whispers behind closed doors, they distorted your words, casting shadows over your reality and making you question what you knew to be true. Yet, deep down, you have always sensed it, the insincerity hidden beneath their smiles, the way their compliments often felt like barbed words. You recognized the tension in the air, the sharp edges of their praise that betrayed the envy lurking just beneath the surface, confirming what your instincts had long warned you, that their facade of support was a mere cover for their true intentions. You felt the subtle shift in energy, the way the atmosphere would shift uncomfortably when they were near. It was as if the room tilted under the weight of their unspoken resentment, a tension that was impossible to ignore. Now, with clarity that once eluded you, you recognize it for what it truly is, the truth laid bare. Their efforts to undermine you stemmed from a place of envy and fear, for they realized they could never embody what you naturally are. The resentment they held was a reflection of their own insecurities, a bitterness that only intensified as they watched you shine while they remained trapped in the shadows of their limitations. The Lumination inner circle is a sanctuary for those chosen souls like you, a place where individuals come together not to justify their existence, but to transcend the confines others have tried to impose upon them. You have sensed their envy and resentment, but now you rise above it all, unbothered and unstoppable. You've pierced through their facades, and it's time to reclaim what has always belonged to you. Within this sacred space, we don't merely acknowledge the truth, we embrace and own it. Their futile attempts to dim your light have only illuminated their own limitations, and now you stand elevated, ready to amplify the greatness that has been waiting within you all along. 20. We will guide you in transforming the energy they tried to siphon off into your own personal fuel. You won't just endure their envy, you will flourish in its wake, soaring higher as they struggle to breathe beneath the weight of their own bitterness. This is not a space for those still entangled in the judgments of others. It's a sanctuary for those who understand they are already on a different path. If you're ready to shed the limitations of playing small and step into the full power of your true self, then welcome to the channel within. Here you will access exclusive, uncensored teachings designed to transmute every ounce of resentment thrown your way into the very energy that propels you to extraordinary new heights. You stand at the brink of revelation, not by mere choice, but by the force of inevitability. The truth about those who have wronged you is poised to unravel like a torrent, sweeping away the carefully crafted facades they have donned. The masks of benevolence, the hollow smiles, and the disingenuous words will crumble, revealing their true selves to you at last. You will perceive the underlying intent behind their actions, the subtle threads of manipulation that wove through every betrayal, every hushed insult, and every covert act of sabotage they orchestrated in the shadows. They hoped you would remain oblivious, lingering in doubt and questioning your worth, but now their carefully constructed illusions will be shattered, leaving you free to see their true nature and reclaim your power. But here's the undeniable truth. The harm they inflicted was never accidental. It wasn't fate that stifled your opportunities, nor some cosmic force that held you back. It was them. Those who wished to dim your brilliance could not bear to witness you ascend beyond the heights they could only dream of. They recognized a potential in you that instilled fear, a greatness they could never attain. Rather than celebrate your uniqueness, they resorted to sabotage, chipping away at your confidence with silent, calculated blows, hoping to shatter your spirit. Their aim was to see you falter, to crush the light they feared, but little did they know that their attempts would only forge you into something stronger. But they severely underestimated you, misjudging your kindness as weakness and your capacity to forgive as ignorance. What they failed to recognize is that you have always been acutely aware of their true intentions. You felt their jealousy seep through every interaction, like a slow poison tainting your connections with others. You watched opportunities slip through your grasp, not because you lacked readiness, but because someone you trusted actively ensured you wouldn't have the chance to claim them. Their underhanded tactics may have momentarily clouded your path, but now you see clearly, ready to reclaim what is rightfully yours and rise above their insidious influence. They deliberately placed obstacles in your path, sowing seeds of doubt in the minds of those in power, and turning others against you while you remained unaware. This was no mere coincidence. They recognized your light, your strength, and it scorched them to their core. Unable to confront their own inadequacies in the radiance of your brilliance, they labored tirelessly to dull your shine, ensuring you never glimpsed the depth of their fear and resentment toward the immense power you possess. In their desperate attempts to undermine you, they revealed their own weakness, showing that the real battle has always been against your unwavering spirit. You became the mirror they dreaded to face, reflecting back all the qualities they wished they possessed, forcing them to confront their own deficiencies. In their fear, they sabotaged you, not out of a belief in your unworthiness, but because your brilliance was simply too overwhelming for them to bear. Now, as the layers of deception are stripped away and their true intentions lay bare, they will have no choice but to reckon with their actions. The weight of their betrayals will bear down on them like an unforgiving vice, squeezing the breath from their lungs. They will come to feel the suffocating truth of their choices, realizing they have spent years trying to extinguish the light of someone who was never a threat, but rather a guiding beacon, illuminating the shadows they chose to dwell in. And yet, as they grapple with the repercussions of their choices, you must grasp one crucial truth. Their reckoning is not your burden to bear. It is not your obligation to rescue them from the consequences of what they have sown. Their remorse and shame are theirs alone. They cannot project that weight onto you. In moments of desperation, they may seek your compassion, perhaps even plead for your forgiveness, but understand that such absolution is not something you owe them. You have journeyed through your own trials, and their struggles should not redirect your focus from your own healing and growth. Your path is your own, and you have every right to step forward without the shadow of their past clinging to you. Their actions were their own, and now they must bear the burden of their choices. The poison they unleashed has circled back to them, and it will ultimately consume their spirit. But you have already risen above it. You have transcended their negativity and found strength in your own light. You are not here to heal their wounds or mend the fractures they created in their own hearts. Instead, you stand as a testament to resilience, a reminder that the toxicity they tried to inflict cannot touch the essence of who you are. You are here to thrive, to flourish in the aftermath of their chaos, and to embrace the boundless possibilities that lie ahead. You are not here to mend the fractures within those who sought to tear you down. Their brokenness, which drove them to try to break you, is not your responsibility to heal. Their damage is theirs to confront, and their guilt is a burden they must bear alone. As they falter under the weight of their choices, you rise, liberated from the chains they attempted to bind around your spirit. You stand in your truth, unshackled and empowered, ready to embrace the path ahead. Their attempts to diminish you only serve to illuminate your strength, reminding you that your journey is about reclaiming your own light, not fixing the darkness they created. The light they sought to extinguish now blazes even brighter, fueled by the very pain they once inflicted. The chains that once bound you, laden with the weight of their negativity, bitterness, and toxic energy, are falling away one by one. You are no longer tethered to the karmic cycles that pulled you into the depths of their despair. Instead, you have emerged from that darkness, transformed and resilient, ready to embrace the radiance within you. This newfound freedom has opened doors to possibilities you never thought possible, allowing you to step into your own power and shine unapologetically, illuminating the path ahead with the brilliance they could never dim. For far too long, you acted as a sponge, soaking up the darkness of those around you, internalizing their anger, guilt, and failures as if they were your own burdens to bear. But that chapter has closed. You now find yourself in a pivotal moment of reckoning. The bonds they once tried to impose on you are disintegrating, powerless against the unstoppable force of your awakening. This transformation is profound, as if the very fabric of reality has torn apart, releasing truths that had long been buried beneath layers of deceit and manipulation. You are emerging into a new realm of understanding, ready to embrace your own light and reclaim the narrative of your life, free from the shadows of others. These revelations cascade like a mighty torrent, sweeping away the illusions that once shrouded your vision, dissolving the facades others crafted to keep you confined. No longer can they deflect their insecurities onto you or hold you accountable for their struggles. The truths now emerging are timeless and relentless, reforming the very foundation upon which you stand. Where you were once trapped in the turmoil of their making, you now find yourself anchored on solid, unyielding ground, liberated from the weight of their expectations. This clarity empowers you to rise anew, fully aware of your own strength, ready to embrace a future unencumbered by their shadows. As this newfound knowledge sets you free, it sends others spiraling into a frenzied state of despair. For those who clung tightly to their lies and reveled in the comfort of ignorance, this revelation will be overwhelming. They will thrash about, desperate to regain the influence they once wielded over you, but that power has evaporated. The energy they thrived on, the draining, suffocating force that once fed off your brilliance, is now out of reach. In their frantic attempts to reclaim what they've lost, they will reveal their true nature, exposing the depths of their desperation as they confront the stark reality that they can no longer manipulate your light. As they spiral deeper into their own undoing, it becomes clear that their collapse has nothing to do with you, but with the truth they can no longer escape. You will watch as their minds fracture under the pressure of the reality they fought to deny, their carefully constructed facades crumbling into dust. Yet you will remain untouched, standing firm while the very force that once tried to pull you under now becomes the wind in your sails, propelling you toward a future unburdened by their deceit. Their chaos may rage on, but you will rise, unshaken, driven forward by the very truth that once threatened to drown you. Every challenge you faced, every ounce of pain you felt has served a purpose, molding you into a resilient force of nature. This journey has been your forge, crafting a version of yourself that shines with newfound strength and insight. As the burdens of others' expectations, judgments, and blame dissolve away, you stand tall in the brilliance of your own clarity. You realize that those struggles were never meant for you to shoulder. Instead, they were lessons meant to ignite your spirit and illuminate your path. With this liberation, you are free to embrace the limitless possibilities that lie ahead, unencumbered by the shadows of the past. The darkness you battled was never truly yours. It was merely a projection of their own fears and insecurities, like a shadow cast from a flickering flame. This moment marks your breakthrough, a pivotal shift where the pressure that once loomed over you has transformed into the catalyst for your strength. Instead of succumbing to the weight of their despair, you have emerged unbreakable, molded by the very struggles that sought to confine you. Each challenge has been a stepping stone, leading you toward a powerful awakening, where you now stand not just as a survivor, but as a beacon of resilience, illuminating a path for others to follow. Others may perceive only a glimpse of your strength, unaware of the battles you fought in silence. You've traversed the flames of adversity and come out the other side unscathed, possessing a resilience that cannot be diminished. No longer will you be swayed by the toxic energies they project. Instead, you stand firm in your authenticity, unburdened by the weight of their negativity, ready to embrace the full spectrum of your power. Their chaos may swirl around you like a relentless storm, but it can no longer breach your inner sanctum. The power you now wield transcends their comprehension, an unassailable fortress built from your experiences and growth. In their desperation to regain control, they will attempt to ensnare you once more, weaving intricate webs of deceit in a futile effort to pull you back into their darkness. Yet they are shackled by the very karma they sought to impose upon you, and the negativity they once wielded as a weapon has turned against them, becoming the architect of their own downfall. As they confront their harsh reckoning, remember that it is not your burden to ease their suffering. You have already ascended beyond their reach, ready to embrace the brilliance of your own path. You have soared beyond the turbulent waters that once sought to engulf you, breaking free from the weight of their expectations and demands. Your strength is now an independent force, untethered from the validation of those who once wielded influence over your spirit. No longer do you seek approval or affirmation from those who tried to manipulate your journey. Your power emanates from a wellspring of self-awareness and resilience. In this newfound freedom, you stand firm, unshakable in your truth, ready to embrace your own worth without needing the approval of those who could never comprehend the depth of your potential. This awakening marks a powerful resurgence of your true essence, a steadfast energy that bends to no external influence. Those around you will sense this transformative shift, their once confident grasp on your spirit slipping away, leaving them disoriented and apprehensive. Yet you stand resolute, anchored in your newfound clarity and strength. The veils of deception that once clouded your vision have been lifted, revealing a profound truth that empowers you to navigate your path unimpeded. You are no longer swayed by their manipulations. Instead, you radiate authenticity and purpose, embracing the freedom that comes with self-ownership. The truth, long obscured by layers of uncertainty, now bursts forth with undeniable brilliance, illuminating every corner of your consciousness. It envelops you like a cleansing wave, washing away the remnants of doubt and fear that once held you captive. With this newfound understanding, you feel the weight of your past lifting, as if the very air around you has transformed, becoming lighter and more vibrant. The once formidable obstacles fade into mere whispers, easily swept aside by your resolve. You stand empowered, ready to embrace a future unencumbered by the shadows of yesterday, propelled by the clarity that now defines your path. You have transcended the limitations that once defined you, breaking free from the suffocating expectations others imposed. The boundaries that sought to contain your spirit have crumbled, leaving you with a profound sense of liberation. As you embrace this newfound freedom, the air around you crackles with a vibrant energy, pulsating with the possibilities that lie ahead. You feel invigorated, as if every fiber of your being is awakening to the truth of your potential. No longer bound by the chains of others' perceptions, you step boldly into your authentic self, ready to harness the power that has always been within you, waiting for this moment to ignite. The burdens that once constrained you have evaporated, leaving behind a vibrant energy that hums with possibility. It's as if the universe itself is rejoicing alongside you, each breath igniting a sense of boundless liberation. Every step you take reverberates with the rhythm of newfound confidence, as the very essence of who you are begins to resonate with a clarity you've long yearned for. This transformation permeates your core, infusing you with a radiant strength that pulses through your veins, urging you forward into uncharted territories. You are unshackled, ready to embrace the infinite opportunities that await as the world blooms anew around you, alive with the promise of what's to come. This transformation feels palpable, a powerful wave surging from within, sweeping aside the remnants of doubt and fear. With each heartbeat, you reclaim your narrative, unearthing the strength that has always resided beneath the surface. The chains of others' perceptions fall away, and you stand tall, liberated from their constraints. No longer will you be defined by their limitations. Instead, you embrace the fierce authenticity of your own being. In this newfound clarity, you discover not just freedom, but an exhilarating sense of purpose, ready to step boldly into the life you are meant to live. Emerging from the depths of uncertainty, you now stand in the radiant light of your own revelation, unwavering in your resolve. The clarity you have gained cuts through the fog of confusion, propelling you toward a destiny that feels both exhilarating and inevitable. You are not swayed by the doubts that linger in the minds of those around you. Instead, you embrace your unique path with confidence and determination. This truth is not merely a fleeting insight. It is a catalyst for transformation, igniting a fire within you that cannot be extinguished. You have been entrusted with a purpose that extends beyond yourself, and with each step, you forge ahead, ready to inspire and uplift others with the power of your newfound understanding. As you stand firm in your clarity, the very foundation of those who once sought to undermine you begins to tremble. They grapple with the stark reality that their attempts to stifle your spirit have only illuminated their own shortcomings. While you embrace the freedom that comes with self-awareness, They are ensnared by the weight of their own delusions, struggling to reconcile their past actions with the truth that now looms over them. The energy that once served as a weapon against you has turned into a mirror, reflecting their fears back at them. In this moment of reckoning, they realize that the power they believed they wielded was merely a facade, and the light they sought to extinguish has only revealed the depths of their own darkness. In this pivotal moment, their resistance becomes a testament to their fear, revealing just how deeply rooted their denial is. They cling desperately to familiar patterns, but the truth, once unleashed, is an unstoppable force that shatters their illusions. You stand as a beacon of clarity amidst their chaos, illuminated by the wisdom that flows through you like a river of light. This journey has been designed for you, a path paved with lessons that resonate deeply within your soul. While they grapple with their own shadows, you embrace the gifts of insight and strength, embodying the transformation that was always meant to be yours. Your rise is not just a personal victory, it is a declaration that liberation is possible, a reminder that the light of understanding can pierce even the darkest of clouds. This journey has always been yours to navigate, though the way was obscured by uncertainty and doubt. Now, with the clarity that comes from embracing your truth, you stand in the light of your own brilliance, fully aware of the strength that resides within you. The doubts that once clouded your vision have dissipated, replaced by a profound sense of certainty and purpose. Each step forward is guided by an inner compass, illuminating the path ahead with possibilities that once seemed out of reach. You are a force of nature, capable of manifesting your dreams and transforming your reality, unshackled from the limitations of the past. With each breath, you reclaim the narrative of your life, crafting a story that reflects your innate power and potential. The surge of understanding has surged forth, a relentless tide that reshapes the landscape of awareness. It creates a stark contrast between those who stand firm in their authenticity and those still ensnared by their illusions. This division is no mere whisper, it's a clarion call, resonating through the ether as you witness the gap grow wider. Those who have chosen to awake and embrace the brilliance of their own truth, rising higher with each revelation, while others falter, suffocated by the weight of their denial. The clarity that now fuels your spirit becomes a beacon, illuminating the path for those ready to follow, while the shadows deepen for those who resist the light, ensnared in their self-imposed darkness. This rift is not merely a subtle change, it is a cataclysmic upheaval, a profound fracture that reshapes the very essence of reality. You find yourself anchored in the realm of authenticity, unshackled from the weight of deceit, while those who conspired against you are now compelled to confront the fallout of their choices. The clarity you've embraced acts as a shield, safeguarding you from the chaos that surrounds them as they grapple with the tremors of their own misdeeds. In this newfound space, you flourish, nourished by the truth that empowers you, while they remain trapped in the echoes of their past, haunted by the shadows they once cast upon you. They will approach you, these former tormentors, compelled by the weight of their remorse and the desperation that lingers in their hearts. They will seek your compassion, hoping to rewrite the narrative of their past misdeeds. But understand this, their pleas for forgiveness do not necessitate your response. Their journey is no longer intertwined with yours. The struggles they now face are the consequences of their own making, not yours to carry. You have ascended beyond their reach, stepping into a realm of clarity and purpose where their attempts to reclaim your attention fall flat. Your energy is now dedicated to nurturing what genuinely uplifts you: love, joy, and your sacred bond with the divine. You have chosen freedom, a sanctuary from their chaos, allowing you to cultivate a life rich in authenticity and light. As the remnants of outdated beliefs and false narratives disintegrate, you will discover a profound alignment with a vibrant new spiritual reality. Here, your true power emerges, rooted in an unshakable bond with the higher truth that illuminates your path. Embrace this newfound clarity, and do not allow the clamor of past wounds or the tumult of others' guilt to divert your focus. Their frantic efforts to mend what they shattered are irrelevant to your journey. Instead, center your energy on nurturing your connection to this elevated state of being. In this sacred space, you are free to flourish, guided by the light of authenticity and purpose that flows from within. You find yourself on an elevated journey, one that steers you away from the need for reconciliation and toward a profound alignment with your own truth. Embrace the shedding of the old, allowing the remnants of past hurts to drift away like leaves in the wind. Those who have wronged you must face the consequences of their actions. Their struggles are not yours to mend. As you step boldly into this new spiritual realm, the path ahead becomes illuminated, revealing opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Trust in the clarity of your direction, knowing that each step forward brings you closer to the essence of who you are meant to be. You are embarking on a transformative odyssey, one that liberates you from the chains of past grievances and guides you toward an authentic existence. Embrace this transition, letting go of the shadows that once lingered in your heart as they dissolve like mist in the morning sun. Those who sought to undermine you will encounter their own reckoning. Their burdens are not yours to carry. With each stride into this new spiritual dimension, the landscape of your life brightens, revealing a tapestry woven with fresh possibilities for enlightenment and renewal. Have faith in the journey ahead, for every step you take is a reaffirmation of your purpose, drawing you closer to the radiant soul you are destined to become. Remain anchored in love and authenticity, for the divine energy coursing through you is your greatest ally. As you ascend, let your journey illuminate the path for others grappling with their own transformations. Your story, rich with wisdom and resilience, serves as a guiding light for those still wading through the tumultuous waters of their experiences. Speak your truth boldly, knowing that it has the power to inspire and uplift those who are searching for clarity amidst their struggles. In sharing your narrative, you foster a community of healing and hope, reminding everyone that they too can emerge stronger from their trials.